The Rise and Fall of Piggy. And watch him just number to subscribe to this channel. Post notifications on. Cause he's my favorite. No.
When was the last time you
He's
played
my
Roblox?
mom. He's my new favorite YouTuber. His name is Bullet Warning.
A lot of you might still play it. Some of you might have quit when the piece.
Wait, what? He will quit when the piggy story? That's stupid. Wait, hold on.
When was the last time you played Roblox Piggy? A lot of you might still play it. Some of you
Yesterday.
might have quit when the Piggy story ended, and some of you might have quit back when the true ending of Piggy Book 1, Chapter 12 was found almost 3 years ago. So what happened?
3 years
One of
ago?
the biggest games on Roblox, winning 4 awards and breaking multiple Roblox records, go from having over 500,000 concurrent...
Don't they like made like 1 billion visits and like... Oh no.
players to the last chapter only getting around 70,000. And could the creator Minitoon have done anything to stop this from happening? This is the rise and fall of Roblox Piggy. So around the 20th of January in 2020, Minitoon was playing some horror games with his friends and he came across a pretty bad Escape of a Pig game, and Minitoon thought he could make one but better. The original idea was just for him to make the game to mess around with his friends and to test out the Roblox pathfinding, which is the thing the bot in Piggy uses, just in case Minitoon needed it for one of his future games. And then after 5 days of development, on January 28th, Piggy was published.
I'm gonna
for
ask
everyone
a
to play.
question in the comment section. So why did he just make it? I feel like he just explained it, but I don't tell.
And just 4 days later, with the help of Albert's video, he had 5,000 players, destroying Minitoon's previous record of 400 players in one of his other games. It's safe to say Piggy was an instant hit, and in Minitoon's own words,
it kind of accidentally blew up.
Then 3 weeks later, Chapter 4 of the Forest came out, where we finally got some kind of story to it, and this is when Piggy really started going somewhere.
Oh my god!
What? What'd you say, Mom? Oh.
Hello? Jay, what out, yeah? Well,
This is nothing compared to the end cutscenes after Chapter 4, but keep in mind that the chapters before this had a basic fade-out effect with you escaped at the top. And the only story we really had was that the player was a police officer looking for George, and that Doggy was our ally or friend. The rest was just, oh no, it's a piggy, let's escape. But now in the fourth chapter, we got a cliffhanger, and in this case, who was this person on the walkie-talkie, and what happened to Doggy? This formula obviously worked, because now he added something like this in every future chapter. For an example, in the school, what happened to the player, and are we gonna be okay? And in the hospital, why did Mr. P leave us? And then in the metro, why? Every chapter gave us a reason to keep playing. We wanted to know what would happen next, and with weekly...
The only reason that one chapter with Bunny was there, Mom, he just said why. He didn't even give a good explanation.
or bi-weekly chapters, Piggy was getting bigger and bigger. And soon after the release of the 2 best chapters as well as City, Piggy had reached 1 billion visits. It was now, and still is, the fastest game to get 1 billion visits with only 79 days since it was published, even beating Doors at 2nd place with 94 days. The community grew bigger than ever imagined, to the point that even PewDiePie played it for a solid 3 minutes.
that was amazing.
Almost every Roblox YouTuber was making videos on Piggy, and with the story expanding, theory videos were some of the biggest. All the way from what the TSP is to who Clown is, and from what an ending to a chapter will be to what one note could be. And at this point, everyone's looking forward to one thing.
I need to go back.
Even PewDiePie played it for a solid 3 minutes.
That was amazing.
Almost every Roblox YouTuber was making videos on Piggy, and with the story expanding, theory videos were some of the biggest. All the way from what the
It's kreekcraft.
TSP is to who Clown is, and from what an ending to a chapter will be to what one note could be. And at this point, everyone's looking forward to one thing: the ending of Piggy, Chapter 12, The Plant.
This is it. Woo! Updated
Go, 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 go. With the release of Chapter 12 on the 24th of May, Piggy reached an all-time high of 500,000 players, and kreekcraft broke his viewer record in almost every true ending stream, and in the last one, got up to 140,000
Good job,
viewers.
kreekcraft.
It was even #1 on trending. The whole community was looking for the true ending and Mewtwo's next clue, and after almost a week, it was found. And after that, we thought the Piggy story was over for good. All we knew about the future of Piggy was that there would be one more game mode, which was of course build mode, and then bug fixes. Mewtwo made a tweet a day after the plan came out asking for 125,000 likes and he make a Piggy book 2, or at the time Piggy 2, but it fell short by quite a lot. It didn't seem like we were getting a Piggy book 2, and the plant chapter looked like the end of the Piggy story.
Do you have any plans for Piggy Season 2?
I've been sort of
It's not. It's called Piggy Book 2, not Piggy Season 2. No.
thinking of ideas of how to start it, and
But then just a couple days after the trending was found, Anzentix uploaded a video where we learned that Mewtwo was in fact thinking about a Piggy Book 2, and on July 4th it was confirmed with a trailer for it on the 22nd of August. Pig was coming back, but not in the same way as before.
Let's go.
Download the Domino's app today
At
and
least it
become
was
a
coming
Boost
back,
of My
though.
Rewards member to earn points toward free pizza.
Now I have a Domino's ad.
Dang it. Dang it.
Some bad luck.
So Piggy Book 2 started off strong. kreekcraft was back at 100,000 viewers, and Piggy had 400,000 active players breaking Roblox's servers. It seemed like the hype we had for Piggy before was coming back, but then in the very next chapter it had dropped by half, and some of the big YouTubers like Dennis and Flamingo were slowly quitting or just didn't play Book 2 at all. Now I think it's time to talk about the elephant in the room, the reason Piggy was so big in the first place. In spring of 2020 there was a global pandemic.
I don't know the reason why Piggy was so popular. The pandemic.
And everyone was stuck at home, so they watched YouTube and played Roblox. But now in September 2020, things had calmed down a bit, and a lot of kids were back in school, so they didn't have as much time to play Roblox or watch YouTube. And some YouTubers just thought that they could get more views playing other games, unless they really loved playing Piggy. And despite big YouTubers quitting, bringing less new players into the game, it also made older Piggy players like me less excited, since I could no longer look forward to watching my favorite YouTuber struggle leading a chapter. And another thing that might have made players quit in the first chapters is the map and gameplay being very different. The Book 1 gameplay and maps were super simple in a good way, whilst in Book 2 there was an overwhelming amount of items you need to use to escape. For the average Roblox player, it might have been too much. Then Piggy was a part of 2 Roblox events, RE Battle Season 2 and Ready Player 2, both very fun events. But with entirely new updates, there can be bugs and problems, and what else can you do about it except mask just like the game? It barely did anything to the like to dislike ratio, but it definitely made some new players dislike Piggy and not give it a chance again, because if you haven't played the game before, then these simple things for average Roblox players could have been pretty difficult. For an example, in the RE Battles challenge, you had to get the most points out of 5 other potentially really good players. And also, along with the RE Battles event, Albert made a video on Piggy for the last time until Chapter 12. Now comes January of 2021. We were at Chapter 4, and Piggy recently participated in 2 Roblox events. It had almost been 1 year since Piggy's release, and talks about Piggy being dead had just begun.
Is Piggy
Actually
dying?
did.
Is Roblox Piggy dying?
Is Roblox Piggy dying?
Very simple.
A lot of blame was on the pandemic calming down and everyone going back to school, which is fair, but there was also something else that's
Wait, what did I say? Square root of kreekcraft's forehead. kreekcraft, what are you gonna do with your life?
explain. The update schedule. In Piggy Book 1, we had bi-weekly or even weekly chapters, but now in Book 2, it was more like monthly. We had some new skins and quests here and there to fill empty spaces and even a holiday chapter, but Piggy's player count mostly stayed the same. Then almost 3 months later, on March 27th, the 8th annual Blox winners were announced, and Piggy won 3 times. First, Creator of the Year, then Game of the Year, and then the biggest of them all, Builderman's Award of Excellence. Now we were in April. Piggy's player count had basically stabilized to the game it would be without everyone staying at home, and the people that simply didn't like the game had left. And in the end, it had around 50,000 players, and on updates for new chapters, it still hit over 100,000, until the very last ones where it couldn't have been hit that. And even after the hidden ending was found, it only peaked at 61,000. But now the main Piggy story was over for good.
Oh, Piggy, I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore, you hear that? Piggy,
We were still getting some updates, but the big ones were over, and kreekcraft was slowly making his last Piggy videos after almost 2 years. Minitoon still decided to do 2 more chapters, and 3 if you count the Art Battles one, but then around a month after the release of the Mansion chapter, Minitoon finally said the thing we all expected to hear sooner or later. Ahoy everyone! The next Piggy season will be the last Piggy season and last update to the main game with 2 exceptions being Bail Mode and Bug. The journey was fantastic. I have grown so very burnt out for working on this game and have been wanting to work on new projects for a long while now. I have so many fresh ideas for games in my head and unfortunately having to go back to update this game just holds me from really embracing my creativity. It's hard to continue updating a game that just doesn't resonate with you, and of course for those looking for more Piggy story isn't over yet and will continue in Piggy Inner City. However, it's a huge project and even with a sizable team will take some time to make. I'm sure if you stick around, it'll be worth it. It's been a lot of fun working on the game over the years, and I couldn't be happier to have met so many of you through it.
The rise and fall of Piggy.